Hello, welcome back. Been gone for far too long. The listeners have been subjected to impromptu, week-long voids in their regular programming, and they were subjected to a 2-week-old pod last week. But we're back to normal this week. Joining me, Marco and Adam. Marco, feels like it's been a long time. What's happened? It's been like 3 weeks since we did a pod. But
I know. Bloody terrible. I'm happy to be back. I'm doing well, thanks.
Nice, yeah. My internet is good. Adequate enough for podcasting to resume. It was really annoying, actually, because the pod 2 weeks ago we recorded, and then the next day my internet played up, so I had to wait like a week and a half or something just to upload the previous pod, let alone do another one. But we're here. Adam, likewise, how you doing?
Good, glad to be back.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go yoink someone else's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Tap into someone like a neighbor's Wi-Fi without them knowing.
Yeah, what I would have done is I would have hotspot my phone, but I also didn't have any data on my phone because I'd been using it because I didn't have any internet in the house. So it was just an all-round fiasco. But yeah, I should have knocked on a neighbour's door and been like, please, I'm just a poor boy with a podcast, please. Let me have some internet. But alas. Yeah, how have we been?
I've just got an interjection in terms of jumping the how games, how we doing. 8 minutes ago, so this is live stuff. There's a blog post about TI.
Oh, wow.
Tickets to join the audience live at the main event will go on sale September 22nd. This is hype.
Oh,
this is some hype reaction pod right now.
Oh my word, this is live.
This is live.
News. Oh, I feel like this is
good place to start. So we just said before the pod started, 3 weeks today is when TI kicks off. So the smart people can go and figure out when we are recording. So that's just hype news in itself. TI Dota in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And now
they're in 3 separate bundles.
3 bundles.
$60, $240 for the final.
Yeah, what the hell's this currency? Lay. Get out.
Wait, where's the... Oh, ticket sales. Where does it say the stages?
So as in midweek 1, midweek 2 finals, is that what you mean by buckets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't find that, so whatever.
3 separate 2-day bundles.
Player cards.
Oh, lei. Local currency, I see.
I wonder how many tickets are going to be sold then. Okay, so there's some blog about some features for spectators. Cool. Looks like they've just stolen features that tournament organizers used anyway. Like the smoke status indicators and just completely stolen from tournament
and
organizers.
the Roshan timer.
Yeah, and the Rosh timer. It's like, but yeah, I hope they paid someone for that because that is not their idea.
Yeah, these camera highlights are kind of interesting.
What's the camera highlight?
Just override cam and stuff like that.
So they're just making all this tournament organizer technology in-house.
Yeah.
You just don't need organizers anymore.
Moving Dota technology forward. That is a fun subtitle. And I'm going to read it out.
Yeah, that's just like getting rid of old stuff.
Right.
No 32-bit Dota.
No potato
DirectX
PCs.
9.
Marco needs to be careful or else his Logitech mouse will get ruled out. Won't be.
Mate, I've not used that for a few years. I've been on a Razer.
Oh, really?
Alex's old Razer.
Ah, very nice.
I think since Liverpool,
I'm on a Logitech
upgraded. Mouse. Yeah, it's not £5 though.
It's not a 50p mouse.
Yeah.
I been trying to get a new mouse for ages. I'd rebought the same model of mouse, I think, about 4 times, and like a gigabyte one, some fat gigabyte one, and then I got a Razer mouse. I actually got like a Death Adder Razer mouse or something, and it's really nice. It's fine. It's the first mouse that's like stuck, if you know what I mean. So that's good. I've been enjoying that. It hasn't increased my MMR enough, so I have to get a gamer chair as well.
Yeah, that's the gamer chair is what you need if you want to really climb.
I swear I've seen on Reddit a bloody gamer post like every day, every few days. I'm not impressed anymore. I'm just like,
but if you really want to move up, you get an ultra wide monitor.
That is genuine.
That is the truth.
You get yourself a 21:9
yeah.
aspect ratio monitor, and then you actually just shoot up to Immortal because you can see so much more.
Yeah.
That's light touch hacking.
Yeah. Hardware hacks, sure.
Yeah, hardware hacks. These tickets, though, just to... if you got tickets for just 2 days in the first half of the week, that feels so bad to not get tickets
to
for
leave when it's just getting to the most hype bit. You're like, see you later.
Oh, that just feels
fly there for 2 days and go back. It's just, as a US person, it's not really feasible.
Yeah,
I don't really... I mean, I don't know how they've done previous years, but yeah, these 3 different bundles is potentially weird.
It only makes sense if you want to go just for the finals, I guess. That's like the only way around. But if people are doing that, then that means there are also people that are doing it the other way, or else the number of people in the stadium doesn't check out, if you know what I mean.
So that's why I guess they're doing it in batches. It's like $360 for everything.
Yeah, I mean, that seems cheap.
Which is pretty high.
Yeah. High, is it?
Higher than what it used to be. But I guess that's to be expected.
6 days of Dota.
Yeah, it's low per hour, if you know what I mean. If you think about a football match being like, a Premier League football match being like 50 odd quid for like 90 minutes.
I swear my week-long tickets were $150.
Really?
For TI5.
Wow.
Something like
weren't
that.
rinsing. Didn't rinse the consumer.
But I don't know, it should be cool. It's in a soccer stadium, isn't it?
I'm not sure. Something like that, though.
In their arena.
Yeah. I'll have to see about also the COVID stuff. I don't know how that, like travel. I don't know how that works.
I'm ready to get smuggled.
Well, they postponed it long enough to where I finally am starting my job, so I definitely cannot go. my new job, so rip. October was the cutoff. That's right.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
You should find some HR training session in Bucharest and be like, it's been a really good development.
Yeah. Let's get to games though. We've got potentially a lot to talk about. I mean, I presume we won't be going into the last 3 weeks, but you've been up to much, Marco, in the Dotaverse?
A little. I've played quite a bit of LC in the last few weeks, and then I didn't have the greatest success and pivoted towards Furion the last few games. That's been fun, albeit 1 win, 1 loss. Furion Pos 1 is really fun. It's something I've been wanting to do more in pubs, because when you just get going, it's just disgusting. I had 1 loss with it though in a public, like non-party game. We had this mid-Rubik crushing the game, and then mid-Rubik happens where all of a sudden the hero is beyond useless because they've got 3 strength heroes and a monkey with BKB, and all of a sudden your kit does nothing. That was kind of interesting. And then a casual Pudge, casual loss. I've been kind of trying to play fun heroes is my aim. I've not played a conventional hero position yet since I did a Slark Pos 1 25 days ago. Since then it's been like just unconventional carries is the name of the game.
Nice. Gotten the Ogre out yet, or is that's still in the works?
That is a really good shout, and I feel like it's one that comes to my mind after I've already picked.
Yeah.
After he's already locked in Omni Knight.
That didn't go well. A Slaughter 1 went well. That was fun. For the Power Masher. So much damage. Echo Saber, BKB Blink. That's pretty fun. Yeah, the win rate does tank when you're not doing these sweaty heroes like Sven and Slark and just conventional heroes, but life's just a lot more fun doing it this way.
life's too short to pick bland heroes all day.
Yeah,
I feel you. Maybe I'll do my games because I know Adam's got some like RD12 fun stuff. I played 3 games of Darkseer in a row, so that's pretty fun. I played one earlier today. I had an absolutely inspired win, the first of the 3 games, where, you know, I was top net worth, I was getting kills in lane. It was beautiful, and I was like, man, this hero's so good. You just run around, you surge your teammates. Vacuum wall is absolutely bonkers, and you iron shell your troll. But that was the dream Darkseer game, in the sense that first of all, my lane was Earth Spirit. So that's just the dream Darkseer partner. You iron shell him, he rolls in, good times. And then into the late game, into the mid game, also the dream Darkseer game, because I had a Troll Warlord, which I think is a really nice hero with Darkseer. Any sort of carry that sieges well, I think. Something like a Lifestealer or Troll, or something that stands there, wants to move around a bit. Not necessarily tanky, but like quick and changes targets and sieges well. You can surge them out of danger, you can iron shell them, and they're melee. And then also add Disruptor. So, you know, Darkseer Disruptor is kind of a classic combo. Vac Wall into Static Fields, the ult, whatever it's called, all that good stuff. So that was a lot of fun. And then I had a really rough Darkseer loss where, to be honest with you, I'm not going to lie, the most recent 2 Darkseer games are like kind of griefed, actually. Like, it's actually kind of bad. I don't take much responsibility for griefing the loss, because it's one of those where I marked offlane Darkseer, and I was like, oh, I'm playing 3 Darkseer. I wait, and then someone who hasn't marked anything or said anything just picks Bounty Hunter, then types I'm 3, and then marks 3 after I've already marked it and faded Darkseer. So I was just like, in my head, I'd like prepped this Darkseer game. I was like, I was excited to play the hero, and then we don't even get to roll or anything. If we'd rolled and lost, I would have been like, yeah, it's totally fair. I'll go play somewhere else. So I was like, right, I'm just playing Darkseer anyway, and we're gonna just CS. It's gonna be me versus Bounty Hunter versus their lane. And that's just how it's gonna be. So that was kind of bad, and then we lost. Didn't have any business winning that game. And then the most recent game, I'm not going to lie, buybacked 3 times. One of them was legit and 2 of them was questionable. One of them was actually rage. One was questionable and then one was a good buyback. So that was kind of a grief, but that was a really big comeback, 15k comeback. That was a lot of fun. Again, I was very annoyed this game because I had a Spirit Breaker. That's the whole reason why I picked Darkseer, because I had a Spirit Breaker, which is, I think, possibly the best Darkseer combo in the game, maybe, for your lane. I can't think of anything better. But then he, you know, like left the lane and was charging different people, and I was basically solo, which is kind of fine on a Darkseer, but I really feel like Darkseer Spirit Breaker should be able to crush a Witch Doctor Wraith King lane. I know Witch Doctor Wraith King is very strong, but I think we could have done a lot better, so I was annoyed in that game. But we did come back and win off the back of some very nice smoke action, so that was good fun. And beyond that, I haven't got a whole lot else to report. Been playing some Void Spirit. Void Spirit mid is just a really fun hero. Snoozed out a TA win. Got a couple of Rubik wins in. My Rubik's actually world class. My Rubik win rate is actually world class. I don't know what it is. 4 Rubik.
4.
Yikes.
Yeah, the Adam's nightmare.
I was going to say, yeah, Adam's got quite a few nightmares.
My Rubik's actually class. I don't know what is my Rubik win rate. Oh god, I'm having to scroll quite far here. Oh shit. Okay, it's 60%. That's pretty good.
Nice.
I'd say that. With 64 games, that's not bad. But yeah, not a whole lot to talk about. We'll maybe revisit the Darkseer in a bit. We might have a little offlane chat. Speaking of offlane chat, Adam, what's been going on? You've been killing it from what I've seen. I've you know, all the rumour mills, the Dota rumour mills, RD12 rumour mills. Sounds like it's going well.
Yeah, so since I'm moving states, and I'm not going to have... What am I trying to say? It's like I'm not going to have a lot of things to do at first, right? Got to get settled in a new area, so I was like, well, I'll just do RD2L again, because I'll have time. Need stuff, new hobbies or whatever. And signed up for it. So I'm playing in the Eastern Sunday division. And it gets to the draft, and I'm like, I was either the 6th or 8th highest MMR player in the league. But my, if you look at my profile, like, nobody wants to pick me because it's a bunch of support heroes. So I was like, oh, this can be bad. Like, they do their own content and stuff, and I saw somebody look at my profile. They did a stream of the draft. And I was just like, yeah, so I ended up being kind of a value pick where I think I wasn't picked until like number 22. So I had an immortal captain that picked me. So we have 2 immortals on our team, which
dark horse
makes us pretty solid. And he drafted me for offlane, so I was very excited because I don't have to like shoulder all the burden. He's a carry player, and I just take care of the offlane. And we have like I think we have an ancient mid. Our team's pretty solid. We have like an ancient or a legend mid. I think it's ancient, and then our safe lane is a divine and an immortal. So we got a divine support, and then so the way the draft works is it's this like Excel sheet that auto updates after every pick. And so the team with like the highest average MMR picks last, if that makes sense, for each round. So I think by the time we got to the last round, we had the highest average MMR, so we got last pick. So we got like the very last player in the draft. I'm pretty sure. Or he's like the only one that actually wasn't picked because he was all that was available, which is pretty funny. He's like Crusader. I think he's my lane partner, but we're 4-0, so they did the scrim week. We won 2-0, so that doesn't actually count. But like that felt pretty good. We didn't practice together. We just like kind of show up and play, and we win. And I'm like, oh, it's pretty good, but we'll see what happens when we get to officials. And then we won the next week 2-0. I'm like, damn, we might actually be pretty good as a team. This is a lot different than what I'm used to. Because when you play in the league or whatever, you have an esports profile. You know, it's like separate part of your Dota buff.
Yeah.
And my esports profile is bad. I've been playing in RD2L for a few seasons. I think it was under 40% win rate until this 4-0 stretch. So now we've bumped it up to like 43%.
Nice.
Yeah, is your team PMA?
Yeah. We my captain, he drafts, so I just have to like make a suggestion on what I want to play. So I played Beastmaster, Bloodseeker, Nightstalker, and Weaver as my offlane heroes so far. Gave him a big old pool of heroes to choose from. So Beastmaster game, that was just classic Helm of the Dominator 2, right? That is just that type of a game. That and a Blink and a Lotus Orb. We had a Luna. He went 13-0, so very easy. Whereas the enemy safe laner went 1-11, so just classic. And then I played Bloodseeker because they had Clinks, Kunkka, and Tiny cores, so it's good to like rupture any of those, especially the Clinks, so he can't run away. So that was kind of fun. I didn't really know what to build. It was some like Atos, Yules, Ags, Octarine core. And what's pretty funny is in 4 of these games as the offlaner, I've got 3 Octarine cores. I don't know if that's actually good, but it feels nice to be able to cast more spells.
Longer range as well.
Yeah. Interesting.
The Knights, so the first actual official game, I I played Night Stalker. They had a safe lane Clinks and then a mid Tinker that went overwhelming blink first item.
Clinks overwhelming blink first item?
No, Tinker.
Oh, Tinker, sorry.
Yeah, which is kind of like cheesy.
Yeah.
But we got there. Night Stalker can like BKB, fly in, not care about the overwhelming blink, and you can like void him and silence him and stuff. So that game I had Ags, BKB, Blink, Abyssal, Octarine Core. And with Octarine Core and then the level 25 talent on your Dark Ascension, it had a 12-second downtime to be the flying Night Stalker, which that was awesome. That felt very fun.
Imagine coming up against the Come Dine With Me Night Stalker, the infamous Come Dine With Me Night Stalker, and then seeing where he went in the draft and being like 20-second pick. God, that's got to be a feels bad.
Yeah, so we had our safe laner played CK, and he's a level 29 CK. That's a lot of CK games.
It's a lot of CK.
But he went 18-3, so very cool. And then in the last game, we were like, we were going to pick. He's going to pick Weaver for himself, so we first phased that, and then it got to the end, and he felt like it was a really good PL game. So, and we already had a Mars pick, so he's like, "How about we flex Mars to mid, and Weaver to offlane?" And it's like, you know what? We're already up one game. Let's just try it. And the game was like really hard. We had 10k deficits at multiple points, but we got there. And so that Weaver game, I went Ags first. So I went Earn, Ags, and then Aeon Disc, BKB, and Octarine Core. And we had no business really winning the game, but the enemy Luna didn't build a BKB until 37 minutes in. So that's kind of how we won that one. We just had like a PL finally get too big, and if he ever got aggressed on, I can just reset him back with the time lapse. So it was a pretty hype one to like come back, and then we smoke and we lose a team fight, and so they're pushing, and then we have like the buybacks, and we're holding 3v5, and I didn't have a buyback, but I survive, or like they hold off long enough to respawn, and then I come in and like time lapse the carry, and we like wipe them all, and then while their Luna doesn't have buyback, we like take the tier 4s and the ancient right as she respawns. It's like 3, 2, 1, and that's when the ancient explodes. Is right when she respawns. It's like the perfect way to end the game, because the other two lanes had tier 2s, so it's like we have to just like try and GG push, and we just got it like right as she respawned. So perfect timing.
Nice, man. Who needs TI when you got this?
No, yeah.
When's when the player cards coming out?
Yeah,
50%
nice
of the proceeds to Adam.
It's fun to play, and when your like team is actually pretty good. I haven't had that experience before. Yeah, and like I haven't played a game with anybody outside of like the actual time to show up and play. Like all my other teams was like, let's pub together and all this stuff, and like we just lose over and over again. And this is just like way different. And it's nice that we have 2 immortals. I don't feel like any need to like carry, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what I mean.
And not even like in position, just like in the game. So
yeah,
we can talk, bounce ideas. I think it's really nice to be the offlaner, because usually the mid is the highest MMR on a team. That's not the way it is with our team, but that means like the second or third highest person is the carry. And if I'm like a pretty high MMR, I feel like I can beat their enemy carry. And if the enemy carry doesn't have a good time, it bodes pretty well for our team, especially since our carry has a divine support. So we have an immortal carry and divine support, and they like just stomp their lanes.
What's the average MMR spread of the teams? Like you said, there's this Excel that does the system. What is that range? Because it sounds like if you've got 2 immortals and a divine,
our team's pretty solid. We were like the highest MMR average, I think.
What's the range? Low is the lowest average?
I don't think there's some teams that don't have. There's definitely teams that don't have an immortal. They might have 3 divines, but I think Crusader is as low as it goes.
Seems quite a good pool of players then. It's not like
there's
crazy.
like I think the top player is like rank 500 maybe.
Nah, sweaty that.
Yeah,
Why is he
there
playing
have been players that have.
To be fair, he doesn't have too many other options. He's not. If you're ranked 500,
get in a pub with like some good players.
Yeah, true. Actually, yeah, just pub with
Shaggy from
Arkosh
played in the league.
Really? He's too much time on your hands.
But those type of players, because people you write little blurbs about yourself in your draft profile.
Yeah,
and those type of players are just like, I am not going to practice with anyone. I will show up for the game time. And they're just, I'll show up and stomp, and then see you later. Yeah. And it feels so bad when you play against somebody that's good, that is that good, and there's like stomps your mid, like no chance, and you're just like, oh man, we have to throw everything at that person just to try and make it an even game.
Yeah, I'd like to do an RD2L at some point. Do we want to have a quick word on the patch, then a quick stat corner, and then see how much time we got left, and hopefully talk about the offlane a little bit, maybe some Darkseer observations? I don't know how much of the patch we need to go through, this being 7.30C. I feel like Omni Knight got a couple of notable nerfs. Heavenly Grace can be dispelled. That's an FYI for the listeners. You can now dispel Heavenly Grace.
Nice.
Mana cost on Shield Crash went up. That's quite an annoying nerf.
I can't really tell you like what the patch said, but I did see where like it knocked Clinks and Lycan down like 5% each in win rate.
Lycan's still smashing, I think, but yeah.
And
some nerfs to Clinks. Cooldown
Coddle
on
stuff.
Yeah, so the cooldown on Clinks, a Burning Barrage, is up 2 seconds, which it sounds very minor, but it's actually quite a big deal.
You got the mana on it too, right?
It. Yeah, mana cost up a bit. It's 15 mana higher at level 4, which, to be fair, is quite big because you are spamming this off cooldown pretty much. Cast point up, marginal. And the bonus HP on Death Pact has been nerfed decently, so it used to be 40, 70, 100%, and now it's 30, 55, 80%. So there's that. Those are annoying nerfs for Clinks for sure. I feel like Clinks was kind of bonkers, like carry Clinks was kind of crushing. Farming stacks and stuff with the Burning Barrage was kind of insane.
One thing that's notable, and part of the reason why I wanted us to pick Night Stalker, was because you can get the Ag Shard, and you can Hunter in the Night eat dominated creeps now. They fixed that. Before you couldn't. But now you can eat like the Helm Dom 2 or like dominated Ancients.
Wow, I didn't even realize what his shard was. Do you know what his shard is?
Well, yeah, because I got it, because it's like pretty solid. So you gives you an active on Hunter in the Night, which is a passive, and you can eat a creep, and it gives you like 35% health or something. And so if it's nighttime, you can devour Ancients. Daytime, you can devour anything else. But so if a Lycan strolls up to your tier 3s with a Granite Golem, you just pop Dark Ascension and just devour the Golem. You're like, okay, thank you.
See you later.
Yeah, and then you just got like a huge burst of health and mana.
Yeah, that's a nice one, for sure. Some other nerfs around the place. Some 5 seconds less God Strength, that is annoying for Sven, for sure. And damage is down on his Q as well. I don't think there's a whole lot to discuss. I don't think we need to dwell on this patch for too long. Some item changes as well. Some nerfs on Echo Saber and some other things. Echo Saber very strong, of course. Some more changes to Helm of the Overlord and Helm Dom. Recipe cost has been reduced, and total cost is unchanged because of other changes to costs of Helm of the Iron Will and stuff like that. Bonus attributes are down, bonus health regen down, bonus armor down all by 1, and dominated creep bounty up by 50 gold. So those are all minor. Dawnbreaker added to Captain's Mode. That's pretty exciting. No changes to Dawnbreaker, interestingly. This must be the first hero added to Captain's Mode that doesn't have a slew of nerfs to go along with it.
Well,
I mean, they change things with the 7.3 patch, and then you make it to C, so it's like, I suppose you got some changes, but none on the actual patch where she gets added, so I do agree that might be like the first time that's happened, because normally they get dumpstered.
Yeah. And this is a weird one here. So stacked neutral creeps, golden XP bounty reduced by 15%. Stacker gold bonus unaffected. Does this mean if you stack a camp, the person who then kills that camp, the creeps that have spawned after you've stacked it, those are literally worth 15% less golden XP than if it wasn't stacked? It's kind of a weird change.
Well, stacks are super OP.
Yeah, stacks are OP, so they wanted to nerf that. It's just odd to have... You could have 2 creep camps next to each other, both with the same set of creeps, and one's just worth 15% less because it happened to be stacked rather than spawning with nothing else there, if you know what I mean.
So before this change, it was just 100% gold XP from stacked camps.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but now it's 100. Now the next camp is 85% worth.
I don't know if it's like... I'm sure the next one is 85%. Like, the original camp is 100. The second set of creeps is 85, but I don't know if it keeps diminishing. So like, I don't know if the third stack, if like those creeps are worth like 77%.
I'd be very surprised. I think they'll all be worth 85 if they're stacked.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting one.
Yeah.
Do you know when you see like a changelog thing, and you're like, "Huh, I didn't realize this even did this in the first place."
Yeah.
So that happened with me and the Coddle 5% less movement speed on the ult. Did you know it gave bonus movement speed?
Really? Coddle's ult?
No.
Coddle's ult at level 18 used to give 30% bonus move speed. Now it only gives 25% bonus move speed. But that is why a Coddle with broken Tranquil Boots is like hasted. And you're like, I don't understand. How are they so fast? And it's like, because their ultimate just makes them a race car.
Yeah, that's kind of bonkers. Marco, do you want to hit us up with a stat corner? I feel like there's not a whole lot more to discuss on this patch.
Go on then. So it is fixated on pick. It's not a big one. Fixated on pick rates and win rates this month. I think Dota Buff defines this month as the last 30 days. I'm not sure if it's the last 16 or last 30. Vaguely, anyway. It's this month. Across the different tiers, I'll be asking who's got kind of the highest or lowest. So, Pudge, we know is going to be up there across the tiers.
Is this a pick rate?
I will specify.
Okay.
Pudge is the highest pick and win rate in which tier?
So there's a tier where
heroes?
No,
of just all the tiers.
Yeah.
Okay, of all the tiers.
Highest pick and win rate. I'm going to say...
So the pick rate is the highest in every tier for Pudge.
Right.
Disclaimer. But which tier is the Pudge
Is
win
he the
rate
most
highest?
picked? Well, what are the tiers we're talking about? Like, what are my...
So
Archon. I'm gonna go Archon.
It's Crusader and below, Archon, Legend, Ancient, Divine, and above.
I'll go Archon.
Okay.
I'll say... Oh, man. I think it's most picked in...
No, it's most picked in all of them. But in
No,
which
but
one?
I thought... Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Which
one's
one
gonna
is
have a
the-
higher
the-
pick rate, isn't it? Surely.
Right.
Oh,
that's
no,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
no. That wasn't the question, though. The question was,
Yeah.
Pudge
win
is the
rate.
highest... Yeah, the win rate. So it's
I'm
the
still
highest
going
Okay,
pick.
Archon.
so I think it's
Yeah.
got the best win rate in Divine Plus.
Seriously, why?
Because if people pick it, then they know what to do.
Interesting
much of a grief in
thought
Divine
process.
I think the hero's good, so I think in
Really?
Divine Plus, people know how to use it. I think the hero's legitimately good.
That's really interesting. So, it's got the lowest win rate in Divine Plus. It's got 46% win rate, 23% pick rate in Divine Plus this month.
Still 23%. Wow. That's
It's
crazy.
got a statistically
what?
awful win rate.
That is not my anecdotal evidence. I'm cruising with Pudge. I'm destroying with it. So
All of our anecdotal evidence is that Pudge wins games 90% of the time.
Yeah.
It is a funny one, but yeah, it's got actually a really bad win rate, Divine Plus. So the highest win rate it's got, Stan, I guess, was close. The highest win rate is 51%, but it's in Crusader and below. And I mean, it's
Too many Smurfs.
Too many Smurfs on the budget. It's completely linear. Worst win rate all the
Yeah.
way. Then
I
gets
was
better
just the
as you go
opposite
lower.
end of
What
the
makes
spectrum.
what makes you think that it's got a high win rate, above 50% win rate in the lower tiers in
Because
Dota?
people stand still. It's like easy to hit hooks.
Is that
Yeah.
why? It's just hook frequency is higher because people aren't good. But that
I think
implies
so.
people are just good at getting hooks as well. I don't know. Like, there's skill both ways, if you know what I mean.
I think it's like you're not punishing how crap Pudge is, perhaps, at the lower
that could be
levels.
it.
Because I mean, you're not finishing games, so you're gonna have more chance of these game-winning hooks. You hook someone late game, or you pick someone off because you're Pudge in the late game. That's kind of game-winning. In the higher MMR games, I feel like Pudge is not a factor of a hero.
I actually do think smurfing probably accounts for like 1% of this win rate as well. There'll be a lot of people that just like
Smurf on Pudge.
play Smurf a Pudge, or something like that. Or just like mess about and play a Pudge or something, I don't know.
Interesting, but yeah.
I also
kind of-
wonder, one thing I would say as well is, I wonder how they do these games. Is it all ranked matchmaking? Because if you play unranked Dota 2 in a party stack, in which the average MMR is Crusader, but you've got like an Ancient in your party stack playing Pudge and crushing the game, does that go towards the Ancient win rate, or does that go towards the Archon, the Crusader minus win rate, because the game average MMR was Crusader?
It's a good question. I don't have Dota Plus or Dota Buff Plus to filter it more, but there's a filter here that says you can group by ranked MMR or by skill bracket, normal, high, very high. So it's still not clear what the answer is.
We don't know. We're not sure.
We don't know. And anyway, well, I was going to do a trick question after that to say which tier is Pudge not the highest win rate, but I kind of spoiled that. Pudge is the highest. Sorry, pick rate. Pudge is the highest in every tier. Moving on to now the low Bs, the low noobs. In Divine Plus, looking at lowest pick rate now, I'll give you an option of heroes. Which one do you think has got the lowest pick rate? Divine Plus. Alright?
Yeah.
Alchemist, Syllabur, aka Lone Druid, the Meepo, or Broodmother.
I think Brood's is gonna have a higher pick than the other. If I was gonna order them, I'd probably put Brood at the top. Or maybe Alchemist. Alch and Brood, I think. I think it's gonna be between Meepo and Lone Druid in Immortal. I'll go with Lone Druid, lowest pick rate.
I'll go with Meepo.
Interesting. Brood.
Wow, Brood's just that bad now. Wow.
Yeah,
They
Brood's
even
had a
buffed
roller
her.
coaster. Yeah. I feel like Brood was played when it...
Brood used to be spammed back
Yeah, it
a
was
while
spammed
ago.
and Pro-Seed.
It just got killed by that move speed stuff like we talked about in previous episodes.
Absolutely destroyed by the move speed.
Yeah.
It's so brutal because even diehard fans of the hero, which you assume must exist, aren't even picking it because it's that bad. These have all got sub 2% win rate, pick rates, so completely disregarded everywhere. And then, which of those heroes I said is in the Crusader bottom 3? So only one.
Syllabus.
Syllabus, no. Interestingly,
wow, really?
It's picked
Bottom
somehow.
3 picked?
It's in one of the bottom 3 out of
Is
the
it
heroes.
Brood again?
It's Brood again.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like, you'll have Meepo spammers and
Surprised people are picking
Brood
Lone
is just
Druid.
that bad.
Yeah.
Brood is
So-
that bad.
It's Chen that has a notch lower pick rate than Brood in the Crusader and below bracket, which I guess makes sense because where is the fun in Chen?
No one knows what it does, even if it was fun.
Yeah. Even if you know what it does, you still accept it's not fun, and you do it just for some kind of perverse reason. So anyway, yeah, Chen's the lowest, then Brood, then Visage, in terms of Crusader and below. Okay,
Interesting.
I think
where
this
are the Smurfs? Where are like the Smurf crushers? Where are they
Smurf,
at?
like,
Come on,
Brood
what's
and
going
Visage.
on? Back when I was scraping through the trench, I was coming up against Visage and Meepo and like Brood. Honestly, every other game it felt like. Definitely 1 in 5 games. Probably actually 1 in 4. Visage was getting, free loss against a Visage, free loss against a Meepo. Where are they at? Have they left Dota? Have they just given up? Like, come on, you need to step up to the plate. These win rates are unacceptable.
I feel like Visage is one of those really, I mean, I've said it before, it's weird heroes that, yes, some specialist will come up against you, even though, the hero in these stats has got next to no pick rate, but you'll go against a Visage that unkillable, slaying everyone from the mid lane, and it's like, I don't even know what game I'm playing right now.
Yeah. You're like, everything on Visage, and then
it doesn't die.
Yeah, Lagoon takes 100% damage reduction or something, and you're just like, wait, what?
It's like, oh god, just give me a lion, a hero that I know what it does.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do the last one. I think it's quite interesting, but it'll kind of test your meta knowledge. In Divine and Ancient Plus, which position 3 hero has the lowest win rate? And I can give you a selection
Divine,
of a few.
Ancient Plus. I think I know this.
You might know it from when you perused just before.
Yes.
So Adam, give your first guess. And if you
You're
want
not gonna
some...
give me a... Yeah, give me the...
Do you want some choices?
Yeah.
Your knowledge isn't that good. You can't just pick it out of thin air.
The lowest 3? No, I don't know what's...
No, just the lowest one. Sorry, like the lowest POS 3 win rate. I can give you a few options if you would like.
I can give you a clue as well.
Earth Spirit.
My
That's
clue
not
is
POS 3.
my
It
clue
could
is
be.
that
That's why I don't know what...
it's not. This hero isn't a POS 3 if you're Marco at LAN.
Isn't a pause 3 if you're Marco at LAN. All I remember is Marco
Test your
playing
esports
OD and Viper.
You played Viper. You played Viper. At
Well,
LAN.
no, I didn't actually play this hero at LAN. These are all qualify heroes.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Wait, you might think it's the wrong hero actually, Stan.
Oh, really?
Because
okay.
one of these POS 3 heroes is kind of low win rate and is a LAN hero, but isn't the lowest win rate hero.
Well, should I say what I was going to say?
Go on then.
I was going to
Yeah.
say Timbersaw.
Okay, Timber's the right answer.
Right.
But yeah, I played that in qualifiers.
Right.
Damn. Timbersaw.
Timber, yeah.
I'm sad that Timber's bad for TI because I like watching Timber at TI.
Yeah, it's a 43% win rate, Divine Plus, 5% pick rate, so not completely zero. But yeah, that's a really crappy win rate for what is a fun
It's a
hero.
nerf for both of our teams as well. Ice loves a Timber.
Yeah.
Seb loves a Timber as well.
Seb.
Mate, Seb won TI finals with a Timber last year. So that was his finals winning hero. That's an immortalised hero.
Against Liquid?
Yeah.
Or like Nigma? He was playing
against
Timber.
Nigma. Yeah, Seb loves it. Seb loves Timber. It's one of his heroes. But anyway, no. It's obviously Ice is like the Timber player. So that's sad that that's not available because Timber's quite a fun hero. I like watching Timber.
Yeah, surprising that he's in the dumpster.
Yeah,
so heavily.
I've got a little stat corner for you. It's a bit of trivia actually, and it's not really it's not a question I can pose. It's just something I found out. This is Stan's education corner. So refraction isn't affected by damage instances that are too low. And so I wasn't sure what it was, and I'm still not entirely sure what it is because it doesn't say it on the tooltip.
25.
I was gonna say 3.
It's interesting though because
5.
Darkseer's Iron Shell level 1 doesn't affect it. Doesn't get rid of instances. But level 2 Iron Shell does get rid of instances.
So what's the damage?
Well, Iron Shell it listed on the tooltip is damage per second, but obviously the actual damage isn't dealt in 1 second ticks. It's dealt in millisecond ticks.
So it says 30 damage per second, and it also says 30 to 50, but then you gotta factor in reductions. I think 30 with reductions falls with underneath the 25 that I said.
No, but it's not one damage. It's not one refraction instance going per second. When you have level 2 Iron Shell, they instantly all go.
Melts. Yeah.
So they melt to the Iron Shell.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm on the wiki. It says it's 0.15 second intervals. Level 1, 4.5. Level 2, 7.5. So I think the threshold could be 5, which
5.
is
Yeah, I think it
what
might
I
be
was
5
thinking.
because it's like Orb of Venom doesn't break, which is like 3.
Yeah.
So like sometimes you can.
So something like Necrophos, like Heartstopper Aura, doesn't do it. Perhaps.
Probably
I think that's
not.
different anyway.
No, I think that was different.
That's
What,
like some
is it
weird
health
thing anyway.
removal
That's like some
or
health
something?
removal aura. Yeah, it's like not even damage. Yeah.
That's a cool combo or counter to just melt away the refraction charges. That sounds satisfying.
That was a cool one. And wow, what a link here to Darkseer, which I already mentioned, but I might mention very briefly here. Won't spend too long on it, but watched a S4 Darkseer game earlier today, as well as obviously playing the 3 Darkseer games. And I wouldn't recommend the hero. I would recommend the hero for fun. I actually do think it's quite fun because it's unorthodox, and vac walling loads of people is strong, and in certain games and against certain heroes it's really, really strong, and I've got some things that I've learnt from playing it a bit. First, some obvious things. Obviously, you want a laning partner that can use Iron Shell. You can Iron Shell and they'll just fly in. Something like a Spirit Breaker's perfect because they're so tanky with the HP regen that they have in the armor. But even if you don't have a hero that can use Iron Shell, you can solo the lane quite handily, and I'm sure that's something that if you're a pro, you can just solo the lane and just be an absolute menace, pulling creeps and all sorts of funky stuff. But even if you just Iron Shell the creeps, or Iron Shell a creep as it steps forward in the wave, once you've got level 2 Iron Shell, unless, the enemy carry can just nuke a hero, which I think is really unlikely. Unless they can just nuke a creep instantly, which is, that doesn't really happen, then you're going to be able to push the lane in, which is fine. Top tip, don't Iron Shell the first creep, because that's the one that all the enemy creeps are going to be hitting. Iron Shell the second creep or the third creep. Also, laning items-wise, or just items in the game-wise, I've been doing Greaves Rush a fair bit, but I saw S4 go Echo Saber, which I thought was interesting. Not even to use the active, but just because it gives you strength in mana regen, things that Darkseer likes a lot.
I think that's why they nerfed the item.
Yeah, I did see that they nerfed it.
In what world would a Darkseer want that?
Well, to be fair, S4's game was like 7.30C, so still flying
it's still really good. Like, it's still a really good item. I just mean...
It shows how broken it is, yeah. The Darkseer's getting it, yeah. Also, another PSA for the combo order, you want to vacuum first and then wall. And don't worry about the vector targeting of wall, just vacuum and then just press T, like T and click. And the wall...
T? No one knows what you're talking about.
Sorry, R and click.
The magic T.
The magic T and click, yeah. I've got my alt on T, but you need, what are you going to have normal punch on? Normal punch is on R.
Nice discrimination to the legacy players as well, by the way. Apologies to all those legacy users.
The triggered legacy
normal
players.
Punch.
The shard.
I thought that was just like an auto attack.
Oh, is it? Not a button?
I thought that would just be...
I haven't built it in the last 3 games, which is something that is definitely wrong, because I actually think the
That's going to be wrong. I feel like that's
insane.
the whole... I'm looking at this S4 game, he got that right at 20 minutes.
Yeah, a lot of them get it, like, straight away. Yeah, normal punches are passive, so yeah, you don't actually need it on a thing.
It's so good. Isn't it like a 2-second stun?
Yeah, 2-second stun, yeah.
Yeah, that's real solid.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. Ags is also really, really nice. 2 charges of Iron Shell, and it gives 275 health and increases the duration by 20. That's really nice. I do think like just the Pipe and Greaves route is maybe the most solid. To be honest, it's boring, but it's really solid. Greaves are just... Having Greaves on your team is just insane, and Darkseer is a good candidate to hold it. It gives the mana regen, which the hero kind of wants, spamming out Iron Shell. Vacuum level 2, I think. I'm a fan of that instead of the Surge. It's just decent damage, 100 damage, and obviously the repositioning into more Iron Shell and stuff gives you good kill potential. You can skip wall, but I actually think you can get a lot of kills in lane with it, so I've been leveling it at 6. You want to skip the 10 talent. In all the games I saw, the pro games and the guides, they pretty much always skip the talent and just max their spells and come back to it. A lot of flexibility. Blink, obviously a great item. If you do get the Vacuum AoE at 15, and even if you don't, to be honest, Vacuum radius is actually massive. At level 4, it's 550 radius. That's a huge area. It's actually really easy to get like a 4-man vac wall. It's not like getting a black hole. It's way, way wider than that. So especially if you build Blink, I went Greaves Blink in one of my games. I think I went Greaves Ags Blink in another. But getting vac walls, it can be incredibly game winning, especially against the right heroes. The most recent Darkseer game I had was against a Wraith King. And if you get a Wraith King illusion, any Agi carry, but Wraith King as well, and some strength carries, holy smokes, they do 100% damage. So you have a Wraith King illusion that's dealing Wraith King damage, either to the actual Wraith King hero or to another hero that you vacked in. And wow, you can mince through heroes if they ever can't clear those illusions quickly. Like, it's really, really strong. And I actually think that picking Darkseer against carries that fit that description, where you get really, really strong illusions, is almost the most important part of picking the hero. Almost more important than comboing it with your own team, I think. I've come to conclude. So yeah, that's my Darkseer corner. A fun hero, an unorthodox hero, but a fun hero.
I remember laning with your Darkseer one game and being haunted by the fact you had no health or mana for some reason.
Well, I get bottle. I've been getting bottle.
Yeah.
Which is quite helpful.
I think bottle sounds decent then, to keep you going until the mana boots.
Yeah.
It's a fun hero in a certain sense. I used to like to play that hero a lot. It's fun if you can like sustain your lane. Sometimes you get bullied, but if you can like pick it when it's actually good, you can be very self-sufficient, and I like how it scales into the late game. You never felt like you were out of it because you get a big vac wall, and like you said, you make like a Giga illusion, so it kind of scales with how strong the enemy is.
Yeah, the thing that's nice about Darkseer in the lane, I find, is that even if you get abandoned, you're self-sufficient in the sense that the only really bad situation for you is if the enemy 5 just zones you out really nastily. Yeah. But if they do that, then you kind of have to hope that having a number advantage in another lane is enough, because if you've got your pos 4 with you, you shouldn't be getting bullied by the pos 5. And oftentimes the 5 will leave to stack and pull, and if they do that, then you really can just push the lane out with an Iron Shell on a creep, and then you can farm the small camp and the big camp, and the carry, if he wants to contest those camps, he's going to be losing creeps under his tower. So
yeah, you can take... you can always jungle if it's hard, and then you can, like you say, if they stack and pull, well, you just throw a Ion Shell on one of the creeps, and then you get the whole stack and pull. You know? It's like you don't actually lose out.
Throwing an Iron Shell on a camp is a good way to pull as well if you can't reach it in time. You know, if you're walking towards a camp and you're not going to be able to auto-attack it in time to pull, then you can throw an Iron Shell on one of the creeps and they will, you know, walk towards you. So that's a nice little top tip. I saw S4 doing that quite a lot. So that's a nice one. Although maybe you don't want to do that anymore now that you don't get 15% bonus or whatever on the 7.30C. That's about all I had to say on Dark Seer. I definitely will be building the Shard, try and get the Shard quick in future games, because it definitely seems like I wasn't considering that item with enough reverence? I don't know what the word is, but I wasn't respecting the item enough, so...
You're also a big Roche control.
Oh, yeah.
The wall.
Love throwing a wall onto Roche.
Is real nice. I'll have to remember to press the T button the next time I want a wall and be like, what's happening? The Magic T told me to press T, it's not working.
Yeah. I take no responsibility for misspells from the listeners.
I feel like I'm haunted by playing with Darkseer. Or to me, it feels like a hero. You play with it, and there's zero synergy. There's just no AoE spell that works well with it, or there's no surge target that enjoys it. And then I feel like every time I play against it,
they have Jakiro's Fen.
Jakiro's Fen, it's just over.
You're like, this Fen is surged with an Ion Shell, destroying me, and then we get vac-walled into Macropyre Ice Path.
To be able to have a Black Hole Ravage-esque spell on like a 10-20 second cooldown if you've got the right second hero, there is such a high ceiling, that is for sure. I also get tilted by Surge not being used enough. Even if it's on, even if it's up for a second, it's fucking spam that. It's got about 2 mana to cost. Just spam it. Hate seeing that on.
Spam it on yourself when you're farming as well, like camp to camp. Just use it on yourself.
Yeah, just use it all the time.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's a hero you can first pick though.
Yeah,
no, I don't think so, no.
Too many counters. Who do you think's the biggest counter?
Oracle, probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
I ban Oracle when I want to pick Darkseer.
Yeah, if you get Oracled, it's over.
Yeah.
Because he hits your Surge and your Ion Shell.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Sad times.
Like, there's
being able to dispel Iron Shells, I actually just bonkers.
Yeah, and he just, like, you throw it on the very first creep, and if he's smart, he has the Purge. You just, like, purge the creep. And like, okay, the wave's just going to stay right here.
It's not only the fact that he's got a Purge, it's like the fact that the Purge is on like a 6-second cooldown or whatever. It's like, oh god. It's way less cooldown than your Iron Shell. Yeah.
It's longer at one, but it doesn't matter. He just kind of wrecks you. He just waits for you to do that. It's kind of a long windup on Surge. He just waits and then like, okay. Yeah. Don't even have to channel it. Just make sure to get that haste purged off and then you're dead.
Yeah. How do you see the offlane pull in general? Because Beastmaster was kind of crushing, but now has been hit with more nerfs in 7.30C, and the win rate's fallen off a lot, at least according to Dota Buff. I don't know about how that will translate into the pro games, but I feel like the offlane's a weird role. You've obviously got the mainstay Centaur and Underlord, but I don't think they're that crushing. Centaur's always going to be solid, but I don't think they're that crushing. And then you've got Night Stalker, kind of a left field shout, but probably quite pub stompery. But then you're sort of in the realm of like Darkseer and Mars and
Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, Dawnbreaker, and these heroes aren't actually that good. I don't feel at least that there are any like meta-defining offlaners in the same way that there are meta-defining carries with like your Svens and like Pos 5s with like your Pangos and I guess Dawnbreaker.
I just watch
stuff like that.
Ice's YouTube channel, and whatever he plays that day, I'm like, okay, I'll give that a try. So he's been playing Bounty Hunter and Pudge and Night Stalker.
Yeah.
Plenty of other things that I can't remember. But I think it's open. Anything
I think it's quite open
work.
Role. What do you reckon,
I
Marco?
kind of want to play
do
Tide
advise?
Hunter. Have you seen Tide Hunter late game? It's really obnoxious if you go like core items.
I hadn't even considered Tide. My Tide's actually like unplayable. Like unplayable.
Do you know what his
bad.
25 talent is?
Is it not?
Is it a damage
one?
or something?
No, they got rid of it.
Oh. What is it?
So either 1 second Ravage stun bonus, which is I guess okay, but 50% chance of Anchor Smash on attack. So if you attack the Tide Hunter, there's a 50% chance he will Anchor Smash. And
That's
if he has a Vlad's, he will go back to full. Or a Satanic or something. And if you surround him and attack him a bunch, he will continually Anchor Smash, going back to full. And the tower can trigger it. And if he has a shard, he's doing Anchor Smash damage to the towers. It's kind of like the New Age Centaur, where you would just like sit and tank the tower.
Yeah.
And you
so
just
it's not your attack, it's when you are attacked.
When you are attacked, yeah.
That wording's kind of confusing. Okay, so when you're attacked, there's a 50% chance of spinning an Anchor Smash.
Well, now it says now in all the videos it seemed like it's when he's getting attacked, but now it's I read it and it says on attack. That makes me think when he's attacking.
Yeah, these notes say on a regular attack, 50% chance to proc. There's also the shard, which increases the attack damage of Anchor Smash by 90, so you need a moon shard as well, I feel, to start smashing out. Could get some cool DPS. I don't think it's being attacked, it does seem like you are the one attacking.
I don't know, the towers were... Well, I don't know.
Right-click Tide's a fun one.
It is a fun one.
Or like a mid-tide.
Yeah, the armor reduction Tide.
Armor reduction stuff. That is cool.
Tops and Tide Hunter, never forget.
Yeah. Miracle's done that in...
Yeah.
Probably
pretty fun times.
Yeah.
No, Tide, I actually can't play Tide. It's actually just nightmares when I think about playing Tide.
You just feed somehow. I feel like you are unlucky. I feel like you are unlucky with the lanes you get. I.e., it's not like a PA, something which can't touch you. It's always some sort of killer monkey or juggernaut lane that abuses the Tide.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it can go to
not
shit.
Lucky. Yeah. Speaking
POS 3, a hero that I actually still want to do this is the Anti-Mage 3.
Because that's good.
I've heard it's still a thing. And when I did it, I got forced into the 1, and then yes, I've actually not really done it as a true 3 before. So it still seems legit.
Yeah, we played a game with it the other day. I played a game with Adam with it the other day, and Adam was crushing.
Vanguard Echo Saber still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like so annoying because you can almost like all the mana burn and stuff is like, okay, that's from their 1 and he's gonna be farming and then he'll come and fight and it's like we can deal with it. Like sure it's really obnoxious, but it's from their 1 position, is to be expected. But if it's like a 3, you're like, I can't cast any of my spells because this 3 keeps coming all over the place and wrecking all my mana. And that's when it gets infuriating, which makes it fun to play.
Yeah. Man, 3's in a weird place right now. Even these heroes like Doom has a 50% win rate, Sand King has a 50% win rate, Brewmaster has a 50% win rate, Beastmaster has a 50% win rate, Slardar 51, I
like Mars. 51. What's his?
Man, Mars, I feel like I'm not sure about Mars. Mars is hard.
Oh my god, don't talk about Stan Mars.
My mid Mars is actually class.
Just don't skill
Spear.
I don't know, spear or ult.
Yeah.
Stats and W.
Stats.
W.
Mars stats build. Stats and bulwark, just like tank it
That
up.
sounds pretty good, that.
Sounds pretty fun, to be fair.
It's a lot of damage when you W.
Yeah, well, that sounds pretty fun. Viper 3,
Ugh.
that's the play. Destroy some lanes and then lose some games.
Ice doing that, yeah.
I tried to make Undying 3 work, and it's really good, but I just could not get the rest of the team to line up.
Speaking of Undying, I watched a YouTube video which gave excellent inspiration. Alliance Loader plus EGM on the IO, Pos 1 Undying, Midas, Phase Midas Rady, just running around bashing. It was an official match as well. So even though it's 8 years out of date, it's verified.
God, old Dota must have been fun. How can you get away with an Undying Midas Rady as like slowest farm of all time?
Just with an IO tether, just bopping people.
Yeah, just farm heroes. Yeah,
farm heroes. Yeah.
Yeah, his Ag Shard is really nice. Every time you attack while you're in your ult, you make a zombie on the target. So you take Roche really, really fast because you keep hitting Roche, and he's got 1 million zombies on him, and he can't, he never attacks any of your heroes. You also drop a tombstone, and that just, he has 20 zombies on him.
I've been seeing a fair bit more of Undying recently, to be fair. Good to see that Magnus is kind of in the bin around TI.
Yeah, thank God.
The mag, PA mag, jug mag strats at TI are kind of annoying. So I don't mind that not being in the pool. But yeah, so many 50% win rate, like Necro, Ench, LC, all just 50% lifestyle. Yeah. What would
Game is balanced.
Yeah, I feel like Night Stalker actually is maybe the pick if you're learning to play 3, or you're wanting to pick up a new 3 hero. Maybe Night Stalker will be the pick for me when I'm done with DS, when I'm bored. Maybe Batrider actually, keep it TI centric for TI season. Get a Batrider going.
I think Dragon Knight.
DK.
Yep.
Davion could be the play.
Yep. You just can't get bullied.
Yeah.
And then you just W.
Silver Edge lifestyle.
Black Dragon.
Yeah. Nah, Brewmaster. Get the micro going. Panda Bear. That's the real play.
I've never seen the purple Panda Spirit yet.
Oh really? The Void
Never.
Panda?
Not seen it, no.
Oh, I've played it a couple
That's
of times.
the Ags? Is it the Ags that does that? Or is it
I think it's the Shard. The
Ags gives you the 2 charges.
Yeah.
And
Void
it has
Panda.
it has the Void Spirit E.
Yes,
right?
it does, yeah.
Does that silence?
No. It's pretty trash actually. The Shard is actually just trash, honestly. Doesn't do anything. The Void Panda's so bad. The E is kind of rubbish. It's not good. And there's so many items you'd rather have on. You may as well get a Blink, because you rush Ags. Ags is the entire hero. So you rush Ags and then you want to get Blink or Lotus Orb or even Refresher Orb, just
I
live
want
in
to,
ult form.
So you know how Lone Druid, you could do that Bearless Bear build, that type of stuff. I want to do a Pandaless Brewmaster build and just slap people.
Yeah.
Just slap them to death because his damage and tankiness is really kind of underrated. And then if you just take out all the micro, because I think you would only want to use it for sieging with the Earth Panda. It's pretty good against buildings. But otherwise, you just bop people to death. Slap hard.
The Bearless Lone Druid, that was a funny one. I remember that was big for a while. Sniper Lone Druid, where you just got MKB on the hero, and just the bear just had nothing. That was
and then you would get the bear because it was a damage soak, but that was it. It gave you range on your scream or your roar,
Savage Roar, yeah.
And then it's a 2700 health tank, but it had no items. So it was like against the spirit of the hero entirely.
Yeah, they got rid of that pretty quick. I remember they killed that pretty quick. But yeah. Anything else to report? I mean, I guess get ready for TI tickets if you're thinking about going on, when is it? Saturday or something? I remember
tickets are the
21st, was it?
Wednesday the 22nd.
Oh, Wednesday 22nd. Oh,
1 week.
Be ready, people. Be ready.
Be ready.
I will say actually,
that I've
go on.
like in the past when this was like TI4, TI5 era, trying to buy them was a nightmare, and we never we had like all of our whole group on our computers trying to get in, and each time it was only someone on their phone that got through everything. So I would recommend people try phones to get through the queues, but who knows what it's like nowadays. I'm sure there will be controversial posts about people not being able to get tickets, because that's what happens every year.
Yeah, we'll see. I will say also, we somehow had the highest single day of listens ever the other day, about a week ago. I can't remember the exact day, but it was like tons and tons of listens on a day. If anyone wants to explain that one to me, then reach out to me on Discord, because I have absolutely no idea what could have caused that.
Release an episode that day?
No, it wasn't. No. It was like a random day during our hiatus. We just randomly got an insane spike in the listenership for one day, and I really don't know why. So I don't know. Someone linked something or something. I have no idea. Got some traction somehow. Who knows? It was August 20th. August 20th. We got like 1 trillion listens.
Trillion listens.
Literally a trillion.
Friday.
Yeah.
The most we'd be the most listened to podcast on the earth if we had 1 trillion listens.
Yeah, that'd be pretty strong. But yeah, join us again in a week's time, and I promise it will be a week's time. We'll be back with another episode. Normal scheduling continues, and until then, have a final whistle.